Someone once said, I've never had bullets fly by my head, but I've experienced freedom because of men who did. Forever thankful to every veteran's sacrifice. This is Vets and Coffee, the podcast. Finally, a podcast 100% about veterans. Looking at veterans making a difference in the veterans community. We'll help veterans and we'll spotlight veteran-owned businesses and businesses that support and hire veterans. Plus, guzzle down some amazing coffee. Welcome to Vets and Coffee, the podcast. Now your host, Tree McLean.
Hey, good afternoon. How y'all doing today? Well, actually, this would be good morning tomorrow morning when it comes on at 9 a.m. But we are filming today from American Legion Post 654 over here off of Campbell Road. And we have a couple special guests with us today. And let me turn off this darn screen here so everyone can see them. There they are right there. We have Myrna Trevino and Lucy Gonzales. I'm supposed to have a co-host with me today, which would be Hector Garan. You can see his name on the screen right there, but he was a little late showing up, so we kicked him off the podcast for today. So we just have Myrna and Lucy here today. So Myrna, real quick, CASA, Civilian Aide to the Secretary of the Army.
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Everybody asked me that question. It is actually an appointed position by the Secretary of the Army. The selection is usually done through community leaders, individuals who have an expansive networking reach within the community. And part of my role is to recruit and help recruit for the Army through the community and connecting with events and education and letting the community know that the Army is here and it is a viable option for our kids and our high school students. And then the other part is also to help with veteran transition for our service members as they move here to Houston, which is the second largest population of veterans in the United States.
So you're actually recruiting soldiers?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, I saw what you did with the rally point.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and that was really impressive. I love that event.
Thank you.
And Bailey and I had the greatest honor that day of getting pinned by that general.
Yes. Yeah.
The soldier life pins. Bailey still has hers on.
Yeah. General Gervais is an amazing woman and out of Tradoc. And she was so kind as to come at the, almost at the last minute to come and support the event with her soldiers from Tradoc, as well as we had some individuals from Soldier for Life here. And we're getting ready to probably do this again in April. We've decided, and we're pulling in some other organizations to co-brand with. Great.
Yeah, that was a great event. Yeah,
appreciate it. Thanks for coming.
In fact, Bailey and I were at school that morning, and we flew over from Tomball to get there, and then the guys from Camp Valor helped us set up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm so glad I went to that event. That was a really good event.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It was so well organized.
Oh, thank you.
I've been fundraising and doing events like all my life. With the Houston Rodeo, Gulf Coast Conservation Association, Ducks Unlimited, and for all my life, it seems like, when I was a kid, I remember going around with a coffee can collecting for the MDA, so we can go out to Channel 2 News and dump our coins in those trash cans and be on the TV, But it's just something I've done since I was a kid, and volunteering is a lot of fun. It really is.
It is.
Yeah.
We have an amazing steering committee that helps, and we have amazing organizations. And Lucy was there with her tour and her tournament, which was so much fun. And then also too with Dunbar Lions, which is an amazing organization that I'm a part of.
Yeah. So besides, is this a paid position you have or a volunteer?
No, it's a volunteer.
It's
what they call a special government employee. So I don't get paid for it. It's just a passion of mine to be able to connect the community with the Army and all it has to offer, and then also to be able, before I was a CASA, also to help with transition. Because I know what it's like not to have the resources or know where to find those resources. depending on where you are in your life, it is important to have somebody to reach out to.
Yeah, when I do so many events, and I've done so many over the years, that I was so impressed with Rally Point.
Oh,
It really was. It really was.
thank you.
Yeah.
That was only our second event.
Yeah, that was really good.
Well, the VSOs are in this town are amazing.
Not all of them.
Yeah, well, I was pretty selective.
Yeah.
and because based off of that, what I've seen, in the
Yeah.
past few years or so, and Lucy was very instrumental in getting us started, with the very first one and helping us with the second one as well.
Mhm.
So, the connections of being able to work with all of them was rewarding.
Well, I built 411 Patriot knives
Uh-huh.
that I donate. All of them are awarded to individuals.
Mhm.
And I would be awarding y'all 2 Patriot knives if my disability hadn't gotten bad, because I just can't stand up well enough to build them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's just gotten too much on me. And otherwise, I'd probably be giving y'all a Patriot knife.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you
for
for
the-
the thought.
For what you do for volunteering, I
Thank
really
you.
would.
Thank you.
I am going to print out some coffee mugs for you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am. But in donating to the different VSOs over the years, you discover which ones really know how to run a fundraiser and which ones don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you also know which ones are, they're at Johnny on the spot. You can call them whenever you need them. And
Hmm.
they're always, connecting through text message or messenger and just being able to reach out and putting people together. And that's part of my job is to, the role is to connect people, connecting them to Navarre Lions or connecting them to, GI, American GI Forum. Marcelo, who's now in Austin, has really been instrumental. And Lucy introduced me to Marcelo. He's done
And who's that?
Marcelo, what's his last name?
Urregas.
Urregas. Yeah. He's now in Austin with American GI Forum, but he's been instrumental. I mean, I had a veteran who needed a job, and his wife needed a job. They weren't able to pay rent. I had another veteran that day, a wife, who needed help. She came to that event, volunteered, signed all her paperwork with Marcelo that day, got the assistance that she needed that day within 24 hours.
Wow.
Things like that.
Yeah,
That
that's
happen
awesome.
all behind the scenes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is. It really is. And so, Lucy, you have a new position here, right?
I sure do.
Along with all the other ones you have. Lucy's a huge volunteer. I mean, I found out today that she drove up here from League City. I feel special. She drove all the way up here from League City to be on here today, but she just wants to show her support for her post here.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. So tell us about your new position here.
I've just been elected the president of the American Legion Auxillary Unit of 654 here. Hector and I, the new commander here, have been friends, and we've done many events together. And so he was telling me he was running for commander. He'd like me to come and run for president. So I did. They elected me. I'm here. And we're real excited about where we're going from here. To me, it takes great leaders to make a difference. But great leaders are the ones that can attract people to not only follow them, but step up into leadership roles. So we've been very blessed. We just got sworn in on July 18th, and we've already had several events, and we're taking a group of World War II veterans to New Orleans. It'll be our second annual trip for Hector and I, and Cindy, and a lot of the people that have joined us last year will be going this year. But we have possible 17 World War II vets going this time. And so we're excited about that.
That is really neat. So tell us the World War II event you got going on.
We're going to take a group of veterans to the World War II Museum in New Orleans. And this year, we're going to not only take them to the museum, we're going to do a swamp tour. We're doing a dinner cruise. So we're going to have dinner on the cruise boat. We take them to the gift shop after the museum where they can pick up anything they want, and it's purchased for free for them. This trip is paid for them and a caretaker. Those who can't bring a caretaker, one of us staff will be their escort and their chaperone. And so we just have a whole bunch of fun. Last year when we went, we had a veteran turning 95 years old. We threw a party on the bus.
I remember seeing pictures from that.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
really neat. And, what got me, Chris, was the fact that we were in the middle of a storm.
Yeah.
Hector and I wanted to cancel the trip, and the veterans begged us not to. And so me with my anxiety was like, hey, this is going to be a trip that we're going to get caught in a storm. And they're like, don't worry. We were on the battlefield. We got you. Come and sit by us. Come and sit by us, Lucy. We'll protect you. And I'm so glad we didn't cancel that trip, even though it took us 17 hours to get back, home, stuck in traffic. It was the best trip of my life. I didn't get to serve, but my dad was a World War II vet. My brother served, my uncle served. And from a very young age, I learned about Americanism, patriotism, the flag, and the veterans that served for that freedom. And so I've been serving veterans for over 35 years of my adult life. But even as a young child, I did volunteer work for them as well.
Oh, that's awesome. That is so awesome. So you also were involved with the Lions Club, right?
I am. I founded a Navarre Lions, which is the National Veteran and Advocates Lions Group. It's a cyber club that meets once a month. Our goal is to find representatives of veterans and advocates in every state. So by the end of our year, which is June the 30th of next year, we have representatives in all 50 states. Our motto is where there's a need, there's a lion we serve. So being the president of the Navarre Lions has allowed me to speak to our group, and they have agreed to champion and partner with American Legion Post 654 under Commander Hector's leadership. And so it works well and well. We not only are friends, all of us off the volunteers radar, but we work together for a common goal, and that's to serve our veterans, their families, and our communities.
That is so awesome. Something I got to applaud you.
Yeah.
I love that little button. So, yeah, I have special ones for Hector too. Every time Hector talks, I have as he walks in the door. So we also have a barbecue coming up.
We do.
And when is that?
It's August the 7th, and it's going to be this coming Sunday from 12 to 4. And we're asking everyone to come out and buy a plate of barbecue. If they don't want barbecue, they can make a donation. Commander Hector was able to get us some great prizes, so we're doing a raffle. A lot of people want
I
us
think
to.
we ought to have a gift set of coffee too for that.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
We'd appreciate that. Thank you so much. A lot of people want to be a part of this World War II trip, and those that couldn't make it or couldn't fill a position, by them sponsoring a raffle ticket or making a donation, anything helps. And with our veterans, we don't say no on that trip. So if they want something, I think when we were coming back last year, a veteran wanted pizza. So Commander Hector found a way to get pizza on that bus. And so we had pizza driving home in that traffic.
Oh, really?
Yes, it was really fun. They really enjoyed it. And, we played games, and we just did so much with them.
Yeah.
I even took lollipops, Tootsie Roll Pops, and gave everyone a Tootsie Roll Pop. So
I saw those on the pictures as well. Y'all took a lot of great pictures on that trip.
Yes,
You did.
We did.
Yeah, that was really neat. Yeah, I talked to Hector, and that Sunday I'm going to come out and set up the podcast here,
Okay.
and we're going to talk to some of the World War II veterans.
That'd be awesome.
Nice.
Put them on the podcast because who doesn't love those stories they tell?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So we'll be out here as well on Sunday.
That's
Eat some
amazing.
barbecue. Yeah, I got some new coffee mugs made up that said "Vets and Coffee," the podcast, and I'll be putting those in the gift set as well.
Oh, great.
Nice.
That's
So I just
awesome.
found out today they're ready.
Thank you for your support, and thank
Yeah.
you for your donation. It means a lot to
Oh yeah,
us.
oh yeah. This one's in my neighborhood. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have anything new coming up that you'll be doing?
We've got several things coming up. We're probably going to do some swearing-ins for future soldiers at a Dynamo game sometime this month, from what I understand. I don't have the date yet on that. I'm also scheduling an event to be able to give the scholarships away that I just gave away. I had 2 Minuteman scholarships for an individual who is going to school, either 2.5-year, 3-year, or 4-year scholarship. And we just gave one to a New Caney student, Maya Chapa, and another one to an individual, Fred Champ, down in Rockwell, over in, I think, in the Austin area. And they're full scholarships for room and board, tuition. They get a stipend. And so we'll be presenting that probably, I'm hoping, I'm going to try and get it on an Astros game or at a Dynamo game so that we can at least do the presentation for those scholarships for those two nominees and recipients. So we're pretty excited about that's happening.
That's great. That's great. So guess who's on the air? I've got
Miss
from
Gina.
where are you living at now?
Canyon Lake.
Uh-oh, I can't hear her.
Canyon Lake.
Here.
I mean, hold on. Now can you hear me?
No, we can't hear you yet. Let me see if I can fix this here.
Now can you hear me? Hello?
Uh,
Hello?
Well, we have Gina Dunbar Wilson on from. I'm just going to turn up all these.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
We can hear you now.
All right.
All right. So this is Gina Dunbar Wilson, and she's actually one of my Patriot Knife recipients as a volunteer.
Uh-huh.
She's one of the lucky ones that got one while I was still making them. And she's a Blue Star mom.
Uh-huh.
And are you still involved with the Blue Star Moms?
I am. I'm the president of the Canyon Lake Area Blue Star Moms here.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
Nice.
awesome. Yeah. So what's going on with you in Austin?
Well, I'm
Or
in
Lake Travis?
in the Canyon Lake area near New Braunfels. So I'm active, of course, with the Canyon Lake Area Blue Star Mothers, but active with the VFW here. Actually, we have 2 VFWs in Canyon Lake that are very, well, have a lot of members and are active in the community. We are about to get involved with Homes for Our Troops and do a home build here in the Canyon Lake area for a veteran, a disabled veteran. So still active with Boots for Troops. I still come into town and do things with Boots for Troops whenever they need me. Concert in the Country is coming up in
You work with Heather still?
I do. I still do stuff with Heather and help out with, I actually stay at Heather's house when I come into town. So
yeah, I'm going to have Heather on one of these days.
She's still a great friend, and I still, help her out whenever I can and things that she has going on. With her, her, not only her work, but the things that she has going on as far as the veterans in the community. So
well, that's
still
great.
very active, even though I'm not there in Houston anymore.
I thought I'd have the 3 great civilian women on at the same time today.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So
Well, I love Myrna and Lucy. Hi, Myrna and Lucy.
Hi, Gina.
We love you too.
Love you.
well, we thank you. Do you have any events coming up that way?
Yeah. So we have a kickoff for our Homes for Our Troops on Saturday at the VFW here in Canyon Lake. We're going to do a build for a disabled veteran here. So we're going to be active in that. And we package care packages every quarter, once every quarter. And we sent out about 25 last time. We're still small. We're a little smaller here than the Houston area chapter. So we can't do the 200 at a time, but, we get out as many as we can. We still need to get out some care packages over there across the pond. So still have our active duty service members over there. We still want to get them taken care of as much as we can.
Yeah.
Did you start the Canyon Lake Blue Star Moms?
No, it was actually started. Now they were having some struggles when I got here. I moved here in the middle of COVID in July of 2020. So they were having some struggles as far as keeping membership up and going and everything. And how I got to be president is I said, look, I'm active I was active in the Houston area one. I want this one to survive. What can I do to keep this one going? And they said, can you be president? And I said, okay. So
That's good. Well, you're a good person for it. That's for sure.
I enjoy it, and I enjoy this community. We do have a lot of active veterans in this community, and a lot of older veterans. Our Korean War and World War II area veterans here.
Wow.
So we do. The VFW here does Burger Night, and the Blue Star Moms help once a month with Burger Night, and then they do bingo every Thursday. So we help once a month on a Thursday do in the kitchen doing bingo. So we support them by helping them out with those things. And then of course there's just a lot of other things going on in our community that we can help out veterans.
That's great.
Anytime we can. So
when's the next time you're coming back to Houston?
I'll be in town August. I'm in August 19th, so I'll be in for the Roger Krieger concert is in Humble, and I'm going to be helping Jimmy with Boots for Troops with that.
Oh, that's good. That's awesome, man.
Yep.
So, Myrna, do you have any events coming up?
I do. I've got the swearing-ins that are coming up, but I have an initiative that I just launched when I became the civilian aide to the Secretary of the Army. We noticed that because of the recruits and the community and things of that sort, we created this community influencers team made of patriots and made of also veterans within the community, specifically in the 4 quadrants of Houston, to help activate and help with recruiting, telling their stories, telling them how the Army helped them, how they influenced them, the opportunities that are available with that, and also connecting with the local recruiting offices. So we're ongoing with that, and we're looking for more volunteers to help with that, so that way we can make sure that as we can be a force multiplier within the community, and also be a continuity for our recruiting offices. Because what happens is, they transition out every 2 or 3 years, and as they transition out, they lose that momentum. But if we've got permanent influencers to help pick up and be introduced to the new commanders that are coming in to those units, then we don't miss a step.
Do you have a website they can go to?
I don't right now. It's an infancy stage that we're doing right now. I'm going around to the recruiting offices and introducing them to the influencers, and then also explaining what my office does, because most of our recruiters don't know that we're here. And we have several, like I said, several CASAs within the state of Texas, and a lot of them are not as active as some of them are and some of them aren't. And so the thing is that I don't have a website just yet. That's a really good idea. I hadn't even really gone that far yet. We are just right now, like I said, putting it together, educating, connecting, back to school. How do we get in front of these kids? How do we inform them? And how do we create that continuity between the community and the recruiters? They need that continuity.
Awesome. Are you involved with Soldier for Life?
Yes.
Okay. Can I get pins from them somehow?
I can call them and ask them. Yeah.
Because I have people asking me all the time, how can I get one of those pins? How can I get one of those pins?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And I've actually emailed them, but I haven't heard anything back.
I'll call Colonel Grant and see what we can do.
That'd be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. Are you? Have you heard anything about this up your way, up in Canyon Lake, about this Soldier for Life and so forth?
No, and it's something that if you're Myrna, if you're launching it and it goes Texas wide, we'd definitely be interested in helping out with that, because we are getting active in the community and with our recruiting offices too, just to get more moms involved, because they're I did a funeral a few months ago for a fallen soldier, and I got a hold of the mortuary services, and they're like, well, we don't even know what a Blue Star mom is, and I'm like, what? So
yeah
so it's getting it out there and getting those services out there to people that don't know that they exist.
Right.
And that's the whole premise of what you're doing is to let those people know, because I know as far as as transitional services, my son, he had a really good exit person when he left the military, but he went from being in high school and everybody telling him what to do, and being 4 years in the military and everybody telling him what to do, and he gets out and he's like, nobody's telling me what to do. What do I do? So, even though he didn't serve in any combat or anything, it was still a transition for him, because he was like, okay, now I'm on my own and I'm really taking care of myself. And yes, they told me how to do it, but I'm like, no, I don't know how to do it, because I haven't been doing it for the last 18 plus years, so.
Yeah. And Gina, you hit on a very good point. That is a lot of what our transitioning service members go through, and they really don't know where to turn. And without an active base here on Houston, it's really important to be able to bring those VSOs and those organizations together so that they know at least where to go, or that they're at least in touch with their civilian aide to the Secretary of the Army. So I don't know if you know the one up in Austin, Abdul, but I can connect you with him. And then
Okay.
that way y'all can start working together on the mission and be a force multiplier in the Austin area.
Now, is there one in the San Antonio area?
Yes, that's Joe Bray.
Okay. Yeah, I'm actually closer to San Antonio than I am to Austin. So
Okay. So
I
can connect you to him.
I can put that information to the Wilco Blue Star moms. They're up in the Austin area, so they probably love to have that information. So.
Perfect. Okay, I can do that.
That's great. Got to get some connections here.
Yes.
Right.
Hey, do you have a Blue Star Moms website up your way if people want to join?
You can join. We don't have our own website. We have a Facebook page. We don't have our own website. That's one of the things that kind of fell by the wayside when they were, dwindling down. So we're working on getting another Facebook page, but you can go to the National Blue Star Moms page and look for Canyon Lake, and you can join through the national page, and that comes, that information comes to us. We meet on the fourth Tuesday of the month at the VFW in 8800 in Startsville here in Canyon Lake, so at 7:00. So, we're always open to, even associate members, and we actually have quite a few associate members that are VFW, members that are not moms. They just want to help out, and so associate members can be, it can be grandmothers, mothers, not mothers, grandmothers. It can be cousins, uncles, nieces, nephews. Anybody can be an associate member. The only thing, the difference with an associate member is that they don't have to pay dues and they don't get to vote. So.
All right. Hey, Lucy,
Sure.
does the Post have a website?
Yes. Well, we have American Legion Auxillary Unit 654, and then the Legionnaires have American Legion Post 654. So they can go on the Facebook. But if I can, Trey, I want to tell everybody this Friday is the Auxiliary Ladies Night for Chicken Night here at the Post. Starts at 6:00, $12 a plate, so that we could raise money for our veteran projects. But what's so special this Friday is we'll be giving out school supplies to the children in the area.
Nice.
And so that's going to be a huge night, and we're inviting everybody to come out and
it's just not
take
children
part.
of veterans. It's all
That's
children.
all children in the
All
community. Yes, sir. But we're going to take care of our children too, for our vets that need it and our current soldiers that are active. With that being said, I also want to let everyone know, anybody that's in the area that qualifies to become a auxiliary member or legionnaire, they can come by and talk to Commander Hector or myself. And we're looking to grow our membership as well to support our veterans and families in the area.
So did I hear correct that Hector's going to be doing the chicken dance Friday night?
Hector, our commander, has been very supportive of what the women do, and our American auxiliary women have been very supportive of what he does. So we might get him on that dance floor yet to do the chicken
I think
dance.
that'd be good to see Hector on the dance floor doing the chicken dance.
Yeah,
Friday
I think we.
he's already starting.
He's already practicing, and he's already practicing. But also, and last but not least, our Navarre Lions, being partners with our American Legion Post 654. I'm also in the process of creating a new branch club called the Military Spouse Lions Club, and so we're looking for military spouses and our advocates that will partner up with us to join our Navarre Lions, and just letting it grow so that we can not only take care of our veterans, but the caretakers of our veterans who are the spouses.
What is Navarre Lions?
Navarre Lions is the National Veteran and Advocates Lions Club that was formed in order to, during the pandemic, I started calling my veterans that I had helped over the years and just asked them how they were or if they needed anything. And 90% of them said the same thing. They felt alone. They didn't have a connection with their brothers and sisters in arms. And I didn't know what I was needing this information for. But after a couple of prayers and thinking about things, I realized that a new club needed to be formed. So I put it in, talked to some women. They gathered up support for me, and Navarre Lions is now in formation. We've done many projects. We have 41 members, and we're hoping to continue growing it this year.
Awesome. That's great. So busy there. Someone just got up from their nap underneath the table here, Bailey. If anyone's wondering where's Bailey at, she's in a nap underneath the table.
I love it.
So, and once again, we want to thank our sponsors, PatriotKnifeCoffee.com. Use discount code podcast and save 20% off your orders, or check out CharlieMikeMilitaryApparel.com for some great clothing as well. So we thank you all for coming on today.
Hold on.
You got something else?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
I do. So I just wanted to thank you for everything that you're doing for our veterans in this podcast. And so I really do appreciate you helping us. Thank you so much for all your help. And then I also wanted to give Lucy
Oh, thank you.
for all of her work that she does within the community.
Thank you,
Thank you
Myrna.
so much.
You're welcome.
Just
Oh, I-
verify what this might be.
Yes,
The
yes,
beautiful
and
challenge coin of the Casa.
I saw this one.
Oh my goodness.
This is a 100-year
Thank
coin.
you.
Wow.
Thank
It's-
you.
it honors
So
100 year.
beautiful. This is awesome. Thank you so
Oh, man.
much.
So when you're in a bar,
Thank you. Thank you, nice.
that's the equivalent of a 3-star. So if the general's there, a 4-star, then that outdoes that one. But yeah.
Thank you. Thank
you
you
You'll
so
find me in a
much.
bar.
Uh-huh.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
You're
Oh, I love
welcome.
it. I love a good challenge.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you for having us
Yes.
and making time for this,
And
for allowing us to be a part of this for you.
This
We really enjoy
Sunday,
it.
I'll be back out here, like I said,
Yes.
and talking to some World War II veterans.
Yeah.
But if you have an event come up, Myrna or Lucy, and you want to do it on the podcast, let me know.
Okay.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
I'll be happy
definitely.
to have you on. Yeah,
Right.
anytime.
Thank you.
And thank you, Gina, for coming on.
Thank you,
Yes,
Gina.
absolutely.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for having me.
Thank you, Gina.
Yeah.
It's good seeing you, Myrna and Lucy. Thank you.
You too,
And
Gina.
Gina, if you need a coffee donation, let me know and I'll send you one.
Oh, I will. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. All right,
Thanks.
y'all. Have a great day.
Thank you.
All
You
right,
too.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You've been listening to Vets and Coffee, the podcast. As you can see, veterans and coffee are
Is that what